Welcome back to our study on character traits. We've learned how to find character traits by studying a character's words, their thoughts, and their actions. We've also learned that characters are complex. They have lots of different traits. Today, we're going to look at how characters change their traits. We're going to look at the character and how they act in the beginning of the story and how they change to the end of the story. All right, let's begin. Again, we're going to use the book, No Girls Allowed. And again, make sure that you've read the book before you do this study. You want it to be fresh in your mind. So if you haven't, go ahead and hit pause and go back and listen to the book. And if you have, let's begin. Okay, let's begin. Let's open up the book and look at how Sister Bear changes. We're going to look at the beginning of the book and the end of the book to see how she's changed over the course of the story. All right, let's go. In the beginning of the book, we see Sister acting kind of arrogant. We see this in this part of the story where it says, "Brother and his friends didn't like losing either. But what made it worse was the way Sister celebrated every time she won. Her victory dance and cartwheels were annoying, but it was the war whoops that really got on everybody's nerves." Here in the beginning of the story, we see Sister acting very arrogant and prideful. Then when we flip to the end of the book, we find Sister acting in a very different way. Let's listen. "Who followed their noses back where the members of the Bear Country Girls Club were just pulling up their rope ladder. 'Something sure smells good,' said Brother, speaking into the phone. The girls took a vote and decided to invite the boys up for honeycomb and salmon." Here we see Sister has changed. She no longer is prideful and arrogant, but now she's kind of compassionate, she's nice, and she's sharing. By looking at the beginning and the end of the book, we have seen how Sister has changed. Today, boys and girls, what I want you to do now is I want you to go ahead and I want you to take your chapter book. And I want you to read a chapter of your book. And I want you to notice how your character changes from the beginning of the chapter to the end of the chapter. Now, you might need more than one chapter to really see how your character changes. Sometimes you might need to finish the whole book to notice how your character changes. So keep reading, but stop and jot and notice points along the way where your character is beginning to change their trait. All right, go get your book box, go to your reading spot, and let's begin reading.